Welcome back to Let's Play Shuffle. When was the last time I recorded for this? Quite a few days ago. Finally got back to recording Final Fantasy VIII. I know it's got nothing to do with that, but that was stressing me the hell out because I had to do a lot of off-screen stuff. Finally got back to recording for that. I haven't pretty much completed Ocarina of Time. It's like, wow. So there's that off there. Even the After LP talk, everything with that done. Just Final Fantasy VIII now, and well, this as well. It's a good thing I decided to upload a video once every 2 days for this channel, because combine it with the other one and it'll just stress me even further, man. But anyways, in the past two parts, yeah, we all know what happened there. But I think that's the only times that'll happen in this route. Each route apparently has 2 of those type of scenes, so hopefully we can get some actual plot now, right?
そうですね。今夜はすごく風が気持ちいいですし。
Wait, it must be frickin' freezing then. Kaede smiled as she tried to keep her hair in place. Reminds me of Canon with the fountain there. The park, which was normally a very popular hangout spot during the day, was deserted. Occasionally you'd see someone walking their dog or jogging at this hour, but tonight it was just me and Kaede. The fountain in the middle was reflecting the moonlight and shining with a silver glow. Your dad used to bring me here when I was a kid. Now that I'm grown up, I hardly come here anymore.
そうですね。別に嫌いな場所でもないのに、なぜか足が遠のいてしまって。
I just got the most randomest image in my head. Gotta get that out of the way in case we get to a serious moment and I end up laughing randomly, because I just picture they they go to sit down by the fountain like that, then they hear a noise that isn't the fountain itself, but more movement like that, and then it's apparently some freaking hobos just taking a bath in the fountain. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm done now. This is such a nice spot, we should try and come here more often from now on. Maybe with one of your homemade lunches. I looked up at the shining moon and felt a gentle breeze. It was like the breeze could blow away my worries, fear, and uneasiness. Hey, can I ask you one more time?
何をですか?
She might have asked, but her smile was telling me it's okay. Do you love me?
はい。
She answered right away without hesitating. Her answer came straight from her heart.
不要楓は土見凛君を愛しています。一人の男性として、この地球上でただ一人の相手として。
You know, anyone kind of agree with me on this, that this whole relationship thing feels sudden and rushed, even though they've known each other for pretty much most of their lives? It feels a little sudden how it developed, really. Just happened overnight, quite literally. I thought about it too. Who do I need most? Who do I want to be with most? Who do I love most? I stopped and turned to face her. As I see her looking a bit concerned, I made sure to continue. I could only come up with one person. I could only picture one face. The one who was always being close, the one who was always watching me. And then he says a completely different person. The one who watched me more than anyone. I love you, Kaede, and all that. Don't want us to just be friends or roommates. I want you to be my girlfriend. Kaede looked surprised. Her shaky voice told me that she was happy, surprised, and sad. Her feelings for me were reflected in her eyes. Wait, it wasn't official yet? After what they'd been through here? What the hell? Can I get an answer from you? It's hard to take this seriously because it's so damn sudden. There was no build-up, it just happened. It was... well, some relationships technically go that way, but still, it was so sudden. Her lips trembled. She tried saying something, but her voice wouldn't come out. I could see nothing but a flood of mixed emotions as I looked into her eyes. Then Kaede smiled a little and answered clearly.
それはできません。
Such a clear refusal. I was just jokingly thinking in my head, she's got, what if she says no, and she just did! What the hell? It was an unexpected answer and her voice sounded pained. I see. I guess I got rejected. What, after the previous two parts? Are you serious? So clear that there's no other way to take it.
いいえ、違います。
But her response contradicted what I'd said.
前にも言いました通り、私にはリン君しかいません。
What? Then?
でも、ダメなんです。私は、リン君に愛してもらうわけにはいきません。愛しています。ですから。
But it doesn't even make sense.
私を好きにならないでください。
I love you, but you're not allowed to love me. That's not allowed. I didn't understand Kaede's feelings, which were hidden behind her words. I didn't know what she'd wished for or was afraid of. I don't understand. If I don't understand, I can't say anything. Why not just say, the fuck? What do you mean? Simple as that. So the only thing I could do to express myself was resort to cliches. Kaede.
私は、リン君だけを愛し続けます。
The moon was full in the sky. The silver moonlight shined on Kaede, who looked sad. She seemed lonely too. Now, if there goes to another scene that has nothing to do with that, no continuation, I'm gonna call bullshit. It sure is hard to sit through class after a 6-week break. My concentration levels were down and it felt like torture to sit at my desk and stare at the blackboard for over an hour. What are you talking about? Gaze at my majestic beauty, motherfucker! The best remedy would be to just go home and go to sleep without making any stops on the way back. I was already lacking sleep because I had to get up early for school. And I did indeed go straight home, not letting temptations deter me. Hey, it's been a while! You guys pissed off about the choice of route it ended up on? But when I got home, I saw people waiting in front of the house. The king of the gods and the king of the devils. When they saw me, they headed my way.
リンドロー、ちょっと話があるんだが、いいか？
それほど時間を取らせはしないよ。少しでいいから付き合ってくれないかい？
It'd be funny if they came out with a choice. Do you want to change routes here or not? They both had serious looks in their eyes, which was unusual for them. I can already guess what they want to discuss.
正式に女を作ったってのは本当か？
Well, he got rejected, so it's technically not official.
ネリネちゃんでもシアちゃんでもないっていう話だね。
I knew it. It was the most obvious subject. Yeah, I've been wondering what their reaction would be to this. Just like, you know, this whole thing was like started with these two, didn't it? I mean, the first part of this game started with freaking Midoriya and the King of the Devils just randomly talking. It's just like this whole thing has just been random. They both adored their daughters, and I knew they wouldn't stay quiet once they found out about this. I was prepared to be tortured when the time came. And to my sheer horror, this was the time I nodded silently to them.
そうか。
はっきりと決めてしまったんだね。
And now you must die! I feel bad for Shie and Narine. Speaking of Narine, I mean, all this time I thought that was gonna be her route. Like, before it switched to Kaede's route, it seemed to focus on her for quite a while, and then all of a sudden, bam, Kaede's route. It's like, what? Man, the choices must really, like... I don't even know how they work, to be honest. But this is what I've decided, and I know there's no excuse.
リン殿。
Yes. I closed my eyes and clenched my teeth. I could feel the King of the Gods raising his hand. I don't know if I'll survive the blow, to be honest, I don't think I will. But I have to do this, and then it ends up being an instant game over ending. I had a fun time taking advantage of the fact that the girls loved me, I didn't respond to them, I didn't tell them how I felt, and then I chose someone else. Well, I didn't even get any say in the matter, man. I was kinda neutral for the most part, and then suddenly you just chose Kaede. I had to accept my punishment for the girls who loved me for 8 years. Well, some would get hurt in the end, really, because if you got multiple girls like that, it's just like, you can only go with one. If you go with all, then that's like the school days thing. You'll be dead, man. His hand game down.
いやよくやったリンドロ
What? He happily slapped my shoulders. What?
もしかしたらリンドロは女に興味がないんじゃないかって心配もしてたんだが、いやとんだ杞憂だったみてえだな。いや本当によかったよかった。
What if there was a Mitoriba freaking route? Can you imagine that? Their reaction then be like, we're glad that you're interested in someone at least.
まったくだね。男として生まれた以上、美しい女性に心惹かれるのは当然。凛ちゃんはどこかおかしいんじゃないかと心配していたんだが、実にエクセレントだね。
これでまあ安心して酒が飲めるってもんだ。
どうだいしんちゃん、これから互いのとっておきを開けるというのは。
お、いいじゃねえか。こういうめでたい時に開けないで何のためのとっておきかってやつだよな。
ゼロが6つはつくようなやつを開けようじゃないか。
What was I worried about? The two kings were having fun. What's going on?
いやめでてえからに決まってるじゃねえか。
まったくもってその通りだね。とっておきというのはコレクションをするためにあるわけじゃ。
But they make such nice decorations. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Do you understand what's going on? I didn't choose Shea or Irene. I chose a different girl. That's something to celebrate?
おいおいおいおい、リンドのは何か勘違いしてるみてえだな。
Huh?
いいかい凛ちゃん、彼女は一人しかいちゃいけないなんて誰が決めたんだい？
What? Who? Well,
誰も決めていないね。
But there's an ethical dilemma.
深海は一夫多妻制だぜ。俺の女房は3人いる。それどころか人間、親族、魔族、すべての所属を女房に迎えてよ、三世界合同の王になるなんてな、どうでな。
実に面白そうだね。まさに前代未聞。凛ちゃんだからこそだよ。
とりあえずは深海で結婚すりゃ女房が何人いようと関係ねえ。
その後私たちの王位を娘婿に譲り渡せば何の問題もなく二世界合同の王が誕生するわけだ。
人間界のトップは物分かりがいいしね。
ああ、誠心誠意力を込めて話し合えば簡単に王の座をくれるだろうね。
Stop! Please stop talking such nonsense.
おっしゃ、まずは孫の名前を決めねえといけねえな。
男か女か、それがまた問題だね。
They're serious. They're seriously considering this. Oh no, they're planning all of this without me. While they get excited, I just stood there lost for words. Please, somebody stop them. Nobody stop them. It was windy, no sign of plot yet. Maybe that's why there was hardly anyone hanging out on the roof. It was the perfect place to have a serious conversation.
好きにならないでくださいか。楓も罪作りなこと言うわよね。
Natsuo Senpai leaned next to me on the handrail. I'd been thinking since the last night of the summer vacation when she rejected me completely. But I didn't understand. I couldn't figure out what Kaede was really thinking. It might have been something I had to think about on my own, not something I should have discussed with someone else. But I just couldn't figure it out, so I was unable to move on. I didn't even know what I should have been doing. So I decided I needed help. I asked Asa Senpai to talk to me during the break after third period.
自分は愛しています。けれど自分を愛さないでください。
I'm sure she's got some deeper motivation behind it, I know that much. But I don't know what that is.
りんちゃんはどうしたいの？楓は好きにならないでくださいって言ってるんでしょ？結構美味しい状況よね。好きでいてくれる。尽くしてくれる。だけど浮気はし放題。
Asa senpai chuckled as she looked at me.
他の子選ぶの？
To be honest with you, I don't know. I truly love her, besides I can't hook up with someone else just because she refused me. But the question is, can I stay in love with her knowing that she's refusing me? I don't think I can.
まあ当然かな。
I want to keep the promise to her, though. That was how I truly felt, and it was also the most important thing to me. It was a promise I made to her when we were kids. Maybe she didn't remember. We were pretty young after all. Yet I wanted to keep it because of my feelings for her, and more than that, I needed to keep it for myself.
ねえ、りんちゃんが楓に嫌われてた理由って何だったの？
Yeah, about that, Rin. What's up with that? Like, it's been like subtly just mentioned the past every now and then, but you've not gone into it. What? Her sudden question made my face freeze up.
りんちゃんも知ってるでしょ？中学時代、楓が料理部に入ったのは2年の頃だった。入部理由は単純明快。りんちゃんに恩返しをするため。ただ八つ当たりで憎んで傷つけて苦しめてきた人がいる。でもその人のおかげで今の自分はいるから、だから今度はその人が苦しんできた以上の恩を返したい。まあ、その人がりんちゃんだったっていうのは今の二人を見てれば誰でもわかることだし。ただね、楓のりんちゃんへの思いっていうのは正直異常だと思う。強すぎるのよね。多分、憎さ余って可愛さ100倍なんだと思うんだけど。
So, you're telling me that Kaede hates his guts, but loves him at the same time? Okie dokie, so reason being, are we finally gonna get some plot?
1000倍くらいかな。
Maybe underish? I hope not.
あの子のりんちゃんへの思い。やっぱりそこのところを知っておきたいんだけど。
Should I tell her it was a lie that only kids would believe, such a stupid lie that anyone would laugh? Should I tell or should I not? I asked myself as I stared at Asa-senpai. Her face was smiling gently, but her eyes were serious. My parents and Kaede's mother died in an accident 8 years ago. That day, the three of them went out on a day trip. Unfortunately, Kaede got a high fever and they had to come back early. That's when the accident happened. Kaede and her mother were close, so she was in shock. Actual plot! Oh my god, I can't believe it! I could still remember it clearly. We got a phone call from the hospital, and Kaede's dad had answered the call with a pale face. He told me that I had to get ready because we were going out. Didn't know what he was talking about, but just followed him. Then we realized what was going on in the dark room. I wanted to cry, I wanted to scream out, all my tears were gone, but I couldn't cry while Kaede was breaking down right beside me. I thought if I cried, Kaede would never stop crying. I thought I had to protect her, so I smiled. Oh! I couldn't tell her the truth. Kaede really loved her mother, so she didn't need anyone else. That's the kind of kid she was. How could I tell her that the accident happened while they were trying to get home because she got sick? I thought it would be the same as telling her that she killed them. Kaede wouldn't eat anything for a while after that. She wouldn't even talk. The doctor said it was almost like she was refusing to live. He was afraid that she might really die. It was sad to see her getting thinner and thinner every day, just receiving IVs. Neither medication nor treatment could heal her. She lacked the will to live. According to the doctor, she needed a reason to continue living. So I lied to her. I told her that I called them home. So, in a way, I killed them. I didn't care if she was going to hate me, as long as it would make her feel better. It was just my childish idea, I guess. But it worked, as you can imagine. Kaede got angry and she hated me. Hating me because her reason for living became the reason for living. That said, she really took it seriously. She pushed me down the stairs once and threw a knife at me too. Well, that's a bit extreme. I still have those scars on my back and arms. Would you like to see them?
遠慮しとく。
After my parents died, the Fuyu family took care of me. Once we started living together, Kaede tried everything she could to hurt me. If her dad hadn't protected me, I don't think I'd be alive now. She cooked all our meals, so I guess I'm lucky that she didn't poison me. Looking back at it like this, Kaede was really extreme and strong-willed. It was a simple lie, only a naive kid would believe something like that.
でも楓は引っかかったんでしょ？
She was just a kid. As she got older, she found out the truth on her own.
それが中学の頃？
She cried and apologized, and I felt bad. That's when she started seriously taking care of me.
そっか。それで自分自身を傷つけてまで守ろうとしてくれた男の子にそのまま連母しちゃったわけなんだ。なんか僕の知ってる誰かさんにそっくりで笑うこともできないかな。
Someone you know?
そう、誰かさん。その誰かさんの経験から言わせてもらえばね、楓は本気で凛ちゃんのことが好きよ。だけど、その思いを通じさせることを怖がってる。通じさせちゃいけないって自分を責めてる。
As her senpai smiled gently at me as she spoke.
凛ちゃんは許してあげられる？楓。
Forgive her?
もしそれができるなら、あとは凛ちゃんの気持ち次第じゃないかな。守りたいものがあるなら、それを守ってあげればいいんじゃない？
It's up to me, huh? Can I forgive her or not? Do I have something to protect or not? I didn't even need to think about it, I could respond right away. And then it gives me a choice. Will you forgive Kaede, yes or no? The girl I'd been with since I was a little girl who had been closest to me and the one I wanted to be with forever. I'd seen her smiles, her tears, her shock, I'd seen it all, including her yandere face as she launched a knife in my general direction. But fuck it, all forgiven! She'd seen my smile, my tears, my shock, definitely my shock. She'd seen it all. Then the promise we made when we were kids. My mind's already made up. At that moment I was possessed by unwavering determination. And then it completely goes to a different scene that has nothing to do with the previous scene. If it does that, then I am seriously calling. What the hell?
花火ですか？
Kaede tilted her head after hearing my suggestion. Okay, they totally did, but in a way they are kind of, it's like, he's like, I've made up my mind. We're gonna do this with some style here. Fireworks are gonna be involved, apparently. Yeah, it's kind of late for the season, but it's still summer on the calendar. We haven't seen any this year, we should finish this summer with them. As I said that, I put a set of small firecrackers and bottle rockets that I'd brought on the table.
そうですね。夏ももうあと少しですし、最後にいいかもしれません。特に今年の夏はいろいろとあった年でしたから。
Kaede looked at the fireworks and smiled.
それじゃあ、今日の夕食後に。
I guess fireworks in summer have a mesmerizing effect. Kaede joyously skipped out of the room. I watched her leave in silence.
綺麗ですね。
Those damn cicadas! Is that what that sound effect is? Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Man, even though we're not helping Higurashi right now, he's like, God damn it, it's the same freaking sound effect anyway. Only, no, I think the one in Higurashi was more annoying. He's like, freaking hell, man, the most annoying freaking sounding thing ever. It's like crickets, only worse. she said, indulging in the fireworks. The sparkle in her hand, glittering in 7 colors, the flickering lights felt so real in our surroundings. For the record, I do like big fireworks at festivals, but the small ones you set off in your backyard are nice too. They certainly made me feel more sentimental about the summer's impending end. The view was exactly the same as on that day. We had grown up, we were no longer the people we were in those days. Despite those differences, the view remained exactly the same. Hey, Kaede. We're together as promised, right? She looked startled. I felt relieved by her reaction because it meant that she remembered the promise. I continued holding my excitement inside. This is just like that day. That summer night when we made a promise in this place.
リン君、覚えて。
How could I forget an important promise like that? I smiled. When we were both small, with the sparklers glowing in 7 colors in the Fuyu family's garden, we made a promise.
忘れているって。忘れられているって。
But isn't it kind of common to kind
思
of,
っていました。
forget those kind of things? Kaede muttered while looking stiff with shock.
あんなにリン君を苦しませてきた私との約束なんて、最初に忘れてしまっているって。
It's actually the opposite. I'm here because we made that promise. I thought you'd forget too.
忘れるわけ、忘れられるわけがない。
She shook her head. Her voice was wavering, but it was strong beneath it.
私にとってあの約束は
You know, I've seen
最後のつながりでした。
a bit of a pattern with some of these characters. It's like a childhood kind of event that happened years later, and then it's just like relationship. Why does that happen so often?
自分が本当に許せなくて、リン君のそばにいてはいけないって思って、何度も諦めようと思いました。だけど、あの約束があったから、約束を守らなきゃいけないからって自分を騙して、私はリン君のそばにいたんです。リン君のそばにいられるための最後のつながりだったんです。
I could feel her feelings through her words. I never let her go. I wanted to hold her strongly in my arms. I decided to honestly tell her my feelings as well. I've been keeping up my end of the promise until now, and I want to continue doing so from now on. I want to be with you forever. I want to accept you, and I want you to accept me. Am I not good enough? Kaede looked down. After a little bit of hesitation, she opened her mouth.
自分が許せなかったんです。何も考えないで、ただリン君のことを恨んで。
You know, not to ruin the mood, but
ただリン
holy
君の
shit,
こと
she
を
looks
憎んでい
freaking
ただけでした。
pale, man.
子供だった。そう言ってしまえば簡単なことかもしれません。私のことを考えて、私のために自分を犠牲にしてくれていたリン君。そのリン君をただ拒絶し続けていた私。
But you understood me later, even though I didn't say anything. You still understood. She shook her head with a self-scorning smile.
私はリン君が好きです。だからリン君のお世話をしたかった。し続けてきました。これからだってリン君が望んでくれるなら、私はずっとリン君のお世話をしていきたい。だけどリン君への思いは本物なのに、でもその裏で違う考えを持つ自分がいたんです。リン君に尽くすことで自分を許してもらおうとしている自分が、リン君を愛して、そしてリン君 君に愛してもらえれば、それが自分への許しになるんじゃないかって、リン君への思いを、リン君の思いを、私自身への許しを得るための道具みたいにしている自分が、リン君に愛されることで自分を許してもらおうとしている私が、それが私は許せなかった。
She thought she was punishing herself that way. She was punishing her immaturity and herself. Since nobody else had forgiven her, she couldn't forgive herself. This was Kaede's way of making penance.
だからそんな自分が愛されてはいけないと思ったんです。だから愛しても愛されないようにしてきました。そうしなければ一緒にいられないように思ったから、ずっと一緒にいたかったから、そんな境界線を作りました。私は奪ってしまったから、リン君を信じなかったから。
Kaede began bawling and threw herself at me. I held her tightly so that she could tell that such distances were unnecessary. Well, is it not voice acted? Did that voice act? No. Whatever. There we go.
これ以上望めなかった。怖いんです。リン君に嫌われてしまうことが。リン君にだけは嫌われたくないんです。リン君にとって私が少しでも必要でいたかった。不必要だって思われたくなかった。
She was crying. She'd likely been doing so on the inside since her childhood. Ever since she lost her loving mother, ever since her grudge against me, and ever since she realized her true feelings, she'd been crying. She's been crying with a smile on her face, and it tore her heart apart. She confessed everything while her tears exposed her deep wounds within. Through those tearful eyes, I was able to see her anxiety and her fear.
リン君は私を許してくれますか？
I just smiled gently, and then said, "No, no, of course not." I have followed my heart and just smiled. You never learn everything you did to me. I sent her back my feelings. I forgave you for it ages ago. Why don't we make that promise again? The same promise we made that day. We'd kept that promise ever since we made it with neither of us forgetting. So we smiled at each other again, in the same place while doing the same thing. With the same words we used, we renewed our promise. Will you stay with me forever?
ずっと一緒にいてください。
And then Epilogue, my god! Is this really that short? Holy shit! Kaede, what's taking so long?
ごめんなさい。もう少しだけ待ってください。
I heard her rushed voice from inside the house and then she finally appeared.
ごめんなさい。やっと見つかりました。
I think it's fun to return a CD without the disc in the case.
すみません。昨日の夜聞き直して、そのままステレオの中に入れっぱなしだったみたいです。
Well, you're always lazy about yourself. I smirked and started walking. Kaede followed me with a flushed face.
いいんです。リン君のことでさえ間違いがなければ。
Our lives hadn't changed drastically since that day. We didn't have to change. We didn't need much more plot than that. We must have wanted and needed each other from the beginning. If being in love means truly wanting each other, we were like that from the start. We spent time together as usual because that's what we wanted.
リン君、私の顔、ご飯粒でもついてますか？
Let's see. Eyes, nose, and a mouth. No, I just thought I'm really used to looking at you.
それを言ったら、リン君の顔だって見慣れてますよ。
I get so
もう
sick
見
of
飽き
seeing
る
your
くらい見てき
face.
てますから。
Are you fed up with me?
そんなわけありません。
That
た
face.
とえお米の味に飽きたって、リン君の顔に見飽きることだけは絶対にありませんから。
I strongly concur. So nothing was going to change. Forever and ever the same.
おはよう、二人さん。まゆみちゃん、おはようございます。
Seriously, how many parts have we recorded and we're already at the end of one route? Isn't there like only 5 routes? I was expecting this to go on a lot longer. It's still gonna take a while to go through all the routes and all that. But the fact that one route went by that fast? Holy crap. Man. I guess it's because I was so used to Clannad. That took 2 years, man. This will be done in just a few months. At this rate, holy crap. And that's even with, like, skipping, like, a day between each upload. Wow. I'm surprised to see you. You're usually at school by now.
ゆうべの深夜番組が面白くて、うさんくさい探検隊ネタはやっぱり何度見ても最高よね。
Oh, I watched that too. I even watched the movie after it until almost dawn.
そんなんでよく起きれ。ああ、全自動版の奥様がいるものね。それは失礼しました。
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without Kaede.
楓も大変よね。
But they're not married yet.
そんなことありませんよ。私はむしろ嬉しいですから。リンク、まったくこの二人はあの一件以来何か変わるかなーって思ってたんだけど、そうでもないみたいね。
Naomi sighed, but Kaede continued.
そんなこともありませんよ。
Well, we got plot. It was somewhat brief. It was kind of neat. Backstory is just like, yeah, it's just, it could have been a bit longer.
え？リン君。
What? The look on Miami and Itsui's face. Itsui's like, what? And I was just like, what? The moment I turned to her, she kissed me with her soft and warm lips.
あらまあ。
I couldn't hear anything anymore and everybody was watching us. Kaede and I became one in the middle of the morning rush. Slow, she pulled her face away. And then
大好きです。
she smiled brightly. Our lives certainly had changed. We could openly express our feelings instead of just thinking of each other. Now we could visibly express our love. Until someone says, "Get a room, you two!" It made me feel like our past relationship had faded away. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I put my hands on her shoulders.
お返し、ねだってもいいですか？
I kissed her before I could think of something to say. Despite the jeers and teasing, we stayed connected. We kept our promise from childhood and our promise for the future. We kept our promises intact with a few little changes for the better. Credits. So, that was Kaede's route. Man, are all the routes gonna be that brief? I mean, holy crap, it just flew by. It's like, we're in like 2 or 3 recording sessions, route completed. Wow. some reason I was kind of reminded a little of Kotomi's routes with this, a little anyway. Only Kotomi's route is on an entirely different level. And like, if I compare like a route in Clannad to this, you just like look at it, just like, this is really a short ass route compared to pretty much any routes in, well, not really, like Gomora's routes, for example. While it takes forever to get to that point, when the actual gets to that plot point, that's very brief, even more than this. But still, it's ridiculous. So, which route should we go for next? Because that one was kind of whatever route it comes to kind of thing. So this time let's decide on a route for the next one. What shall it be? You decide. It's like anyone, I guess any of the characters that are gonna appear here are probably like the ones you can potentially get a route for. I think there's only 5. There's so that's Kaede off the list. So we've got Nerine, she whatever the hell her name was. I did not need to see that again, King of the Gods. And then there was Asa Senpai, there's Primula, and wait, is that all that's left? I don't know. I think those are the only other 4. But yeah, that was... How many parts will there even be in total up to that point? Ridiculous, man. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna go about this one, because I'm not gonna like do it Clannad style and like go from the start all the way over again. I'm doing a canon special and like each scene that we've seen just like forward through it. Because, you know, it'd be a bit kind of repetitive if I went the Clannad route and just went through it all in, like, all over again. Who the hell are you? Who the hell is that? I guess we'll probably find out in one of the other routes. Well, that was random. This credit still continue. I wonder what the other routes will be like though. Tab? What? So that I instantly thought, what, you mean a guitar tab? No, obviously not. Confused me there. Here are the various houses that we made for this visual novel. You know, I'm jokingly just like, you know, this credit sequence is longer than Kaede's actual route. No, obviously not, but still, that was short. I'm still surprised. I was expecting to go on a bit longer than that. Like, when they were, like, explaining the backstory, what could have happened there is, like, actually take them back in time kind of thing. Not just, like, talk about it, but go right to that point, you know. It'd be more interesting that way. And could potentially make it a bit longer. But yeah. Well, whatever, that was Kaede's route. You viewers, you vote for whichever route will be next. So, yeah, that's that. Screw it. I'm gonna play guitar randomly for the end of this route. He'll probably not even pick up. Screw it, I can't be asked to try to come up with anything but that. Seriously, I don't know what I was even thinking there. Just like, pick up the guitar randomly, start playing guitar, not even with the amp. Now, speaking of that, I've actually wrote a song. I can't believe I actually wrote a freaking song using, like, Tux guitar, which is a guitar editing kind of thing, like tab. I like just play the guitar, came up with lyrics and all that, and it's a really nice song that I actually came up with. But I'm not gonna play that because, you know, I have memorized my own chords apparently. Well, actually I have, but I don't even know why I'm even talking about it. So anyway, just vote and all that crap, and we'll get to the next route. It'll be canon style. It'll be like forward, 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 stop, scene, forward, forward, stop, scene, 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 and so on. So see you next round.